She is really unexplainable. You think she's a good girl, but once you get to know her, you realize she's everything. She's crazy, she's funny, she's honest. And you will never know what she will do next.
Here, and we're so glad you came back, and you're going to be so excited to hear who we brought today. We have got Omar Portocarrero
Yes.
from Puerto Rico.
La Paz, Bolivia.
Bolivia. Okay. So my family lives in Panama, and my father lived in Colombia.
Okay.
Did you, I don't. We haven't really talked because I like to keep it genuine for you, so that you know that I don't really have an idea of what's going on. You never know what's gonna go on the Being Tracy show. But anyway, we're gonna start out with Omar today. He is here from Feed the Hungry in Palm Beach. Now I know what you're asking yourself. I asked myself the same question. Omar, are there really hungry people in Palm Beach?
It's a whole bunch of hungry people.
Where did you find? I mean, I only heard of affluent people in Palm Beach. Where did you find all these hungry people?
Well, not necessarily in Palm Beach, but West Palm Beach.
West Palm
Right,
Beach. Okay,
right,
that's what I've heard.
Right.
That's
There's a lot.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Yeah, the people that suffer from food insecurity, it's got to be about 19% of the population. And
Okay.
especially gets greater with kids.
All right. Well, Omar, what did you do before you fed the hungry?
Well, I'll tell you what.
What brought you to feed the hungry, Omar? What drove you to be like, I gotta feed the hungry? This is my mission.
Okay, well, I graduated from seminary from Liberty University, and I came to Florida in 2008. I thought I was going to preach and work in a church, but God had
Okay.
a different plan for me.
All right.
All of a sudden, I started helping somebody with food with she had an agency, was the free produce program. That's almost 16 years ago. And surely, maybe between 4 or 5 months, start getting 2 trucks of food
Wow.
delivered at church. And obviously, church was not ready for me to handle all that stuff.
Right.
And church, it's Grace Fellowship, and they have a private school,
Okay.
which made it very hard because being a private school, you can't have so many people waiting, people
Sure.
that do not know.
Sure.
So it made it very difficult. But shortly after that, my brother and we started going to Casa del Monte. It's a mobile home community. And at that time, I was with the Hispanic branch of Grace Fellowship.
Okay.
And I noticed that, we went there, and more so than anything else, we preached the Word of God. But I noticed that we were not feeling the needs of the people.
That's amazing.
And all of a sudden, God put it in my heart to to start helping people.
Well, I saw that on your website. I saw many references to God in Bible verses. And that's why I chose the blog I chose today to read during blog time. I don't know if you have seen any of my shows, Omar. Do you know that we have a blog time coming up later?
I have seen your show, one of those, because I've been very busy.
Okay, I know
So,
you're
no,
busy,
no,
Omar,
no.
but I just want you to be prepared.
Oh, no,
I got a good one coming up.
No, I'll be ready.
Now tell me, why did you move to Florida?
Well, I'll tell you what, I would never to move to Florida in my own.
I know. I don't want to hear you say that, Omar. That's
but-
not going to help me sell real estate.
Well, I'll tell you what. My wife always wanted to move to Florida, okay? I've been with my wife 50 years.
Right?
So she always says, oh, let's move to Florida. We used to come here to visit her father, and then my brother moved here. But to me, Florida is just too hot. So,
Okay.
my wife kept insisting, let's move to Florida, let's move to Florida. And then, I said, maybe God is trying to speak to me through my wife.
Right.
So I said, go ahead, go to Florida. If you find a house, because we just sold our townhouse in Maryland, so I had money.
Okay.
So I said, go and buy a house, or find a house, and but I'm telling you what, I'm going to offer this amount of money or a certain amount of money, and if God wants me to have it for that amount, we'll move.
Mr. Big Bucks in Maryland, only allowing his wife a little bit to spend in Florida. If she can find their dream home in Florida for that price, all right, let's go. Is that what it was?
She did find a place, and where we live now in the same community, but the original that she wanted did not fall through. It was in 2008, so you could buy a house really inexpensive.
Okay.
So anyway, she also had seen another house, and I said, okay. Well, first of all, when she first told me that the first house didn't go through, I said, oh, what a relief.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, because I've never wanted to move to Florida. But anyway, I said, okay, this is the last time. Don't ask me again. If we don't get this house for the amount of money that I'm going to offer, then please don't ask me again to move
All
to
right.
Florida. I said, fine. So we waited
And what
about.
were you doing for work at this time?
I was not working. I was going to school.
Okay.
I
For
was,
what?
I was,
What were you going to school
my
for?
master's in for the seminary.
Okay.
So anyway, so she finally they made the offer and they said 200,000 and we bought the house. So we moved here June the 1st in 2008,
All right.
and across
That
the
was when
street.
the big crash was coming, wasn't it?
Oh no, it was right
the-
after
with
the
the
crash.
economy?
Well, in Maryland, it was just on the way down. The price market was really hot,
Okay.
so we made money.
Okay.
But like I said, I didn't want to move because I had the money to. If it's on my own choice, then it's not God.
Right. Exactly.
So I said, if you want me to have it for this amount, then we'll buy it, and we did. We
Okay.
moved here, and another thing that I want to tell you, I'm a very devout Christian person. So I used to pray before I moved here. I prayed for 5 weeks, and I would see Jesus Christ. Every time that I prayed, I would see Him.
Okay.
Not knowing what he meant, I said, God, what are you telling me? Please let me know. What does this mean? What do I have to do? Never did heard it again. Okay, until I moved here. I moved to Florida, and then we go to Grace Fellowship, which is directly across the street from my house.
Okay.
So we go there the first week and also go to the midweek service. And it was all good, everything that we liked, everything that my wife liked, because they had Celebrate Recovery there, which my wife is very much into.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, we go the second Wednesday, and all of a sudden, while we worshiping in the telescreen, there was the picture that I saw when I was praying.
What was the picture?
It was of Jesus Christ, just Him, not in a particular way. And that's
Okay.
exactly what was on the telescreen. So I knew I'd made the right call because I know that God is never wrong. So I've been at Grace Fellowship for the past almost 16 years.
Wow.
And a lot of things could happen there, and a lot of times not so good in the beginning because churches are churches and they're like political.
Right.
But anyway,
What do you say? The church is what?
they're political.
You think the church is political?
Oh, yeah, all churches are. Yeah.
All right.
Some more than
kind of-
others.
I kind of agree. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
And
ahead. with
anyway,
that
so
thought.
I've stayed there for a while, and like I said, and then we didn't have a pastor for about five and a half years. But I was always there.
Mm-hmm.
I was there, and because I know one of the things I can tell you, we can always be wrong, but God is never wrong.
Right.
So I've been faithfully going to the same place. And now
Okay.
finally we have, for the past 6 years, we had a really dynamic, fairly young pastor. Very, very, very articulate, very funny, and just Jesus Christ center and Bible based. So it's really nice church now. So I'm very glad that I'm still there. And I know that something good is going to happen out of there because God sent me to be at that church. Now,
All right.
how? I do not know. I can't tell you how it's going to happen, but I know that I have to be there.
Is this what you were thinking, or is this what you're thinking now?
Although this is what I know now. Okay, when he sent me, when I
Right.
saw all those things, all those signs, yeah.
Okay, so then, how did you get around to feeding the hungry? How did
Okay.
this start?
In the very beginning, when I went to church, there was a very good pastor there, and they were planting churches all over the 1040 window in Asia. And at the same token, they were planting smaller churches around the West Palm Beach area.
Okay.
And one of the best ways was for me to get food and try to fill some of those needs in our own backyard, per se. So that's how it started, and it started growing. All of a sudden, I started getting more and more and more. And then in 2011, we found a double wide trailer in Casa del Monte, which is a mobile home community that has 680 trailers, but over 1,300 families live in those trailers. Sometimes
Wow.
2-3 families per trailer,
Jeez.
and a whole
And
lot
where
of
is
kids.
this?
This is at the corner of Jog and Forest Hill in West Palm Beach.
All right.
So I started going there, and then it took a while before we started growing. I used to have a Explorer, and I would go twice a week and fill it up with all types of groceries.
At your own expense? You're paying for this
Oh, yeah. I
yourself?
was paying for it, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
generous.
And then, as we started growing, then I started getting a lot of food from the food bank, West Palm Beach Food Bank. And it was a very nice place then, at the beginning, and I didn't have a truck. So we have to go and pick up a lot. And, sometimes we pick up in my SUV, but it's not enough.
Right.
So a friend of mine lent me his truck, and it's a 16-foot box truck, and we could put 3 or 6 pallets.
Omar, how could you afford to do this? How could you afford to be this generous with your time and with food? Who can buy all this food for all these people?
Oh, we didn't buy it. We got it for free. The food was for free.
Oh.
Yeah, the food was all for free.
So that people were donating it.
They were donating.
So
correct.
you had to go out to them and sell them on why it was such a good reason to donate to these people
Correct.
in West
Yes.
Palm Beach.
Yes.
Wow, God
Yeah.
bless you.
Yeah,
That's
and then
awesome.
I became an agency of the food bank, and then I became an agency of Feeding South Florida.
Okay.
And now we're doing 1.3 million pounds a year.
That's amazing.
So it's a lot. We help a lot of families. We're doing over 500 families, and in season, which is now, the harvest is coming in, we'll do 600-700 families a week.
That's
Because we get, sometimes we get 25, 30 pallets.
Now, Omar, do you have a side job? I mean, you have to be making some money somewhere. How are you doing this?
Well, I was working full-time as a server. Because, one of the reasons I wanted to be a server, because you make the money, you leave,
Yeah.
and they don't call you back or anything.
Exactly.
And,
My ex-husband and I had a restaurant in Naples, Florida. Floyd's Steak and Lobster House. I know that very well. I know that business.
And I like it. It's something that I like. I've been a waiter since 1978.
Okay, that's a very.
I just like
that
it.
can be
It's
a
one of
very
the things you
lucrative
see like
business.
in your blood. So
Yeah.
to me, it was easy way to make money.
Exactly.
And when you're good at it, then people give you a
And
lot
I'm
of money.
sure you were. You've got quite a personality, I can tell.
Yeah, but you got to remember, if I do it for free, how much better am I going to be when they've been giving me money? It's all serving anyway.
Exactly.
If you think about it.
Exactly. Well, that's what life is about, right?
Yeah.
Is service. I think.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And that's
I'm
going to read
blessed.
right into my blog. Wait till you hear it. I can't wait. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Omar. Didn't mean to
Oh,
cut you
it's
off.
okay. It's all good. Anyway, I was telling you also about my wife. We've been together 50 years. And
Wow, yay, that's
yeah.
awesome, Omar.
since I was
Congratulations.
17 and she was 16. And she's a wonderful woman. We have 2 daughters.
What a blessing.
Oh, she's
How old are your girls?
35 and 33.
All right, just
Yeah.
a little older than mine. My
Yeah.
oldest is going to be 31 on St. Patrick's Day.
Beautiful girls. And, my wife is very Caucasian, so we make good kids.
She's very Caucasian.
Oh, yeah, she's very Caucasian.
I walked in and told Omar, Omar, I didn't think you were so tan.
No, yeah, but, like I said, we've been
It's not what I
happy.
pictured. I hadn't seen a picture of you.
But, God's been so good to us. So I'm so glad everything that I do is, if you think about it, I have everything.
Yes.
I don't need anything, but I like to help people.
I think that's awesome.
To me, that's one of the best things. It's interesting because the Bible tells you it's more blessed to give than to receive.
Exactly.
How true that is.
Exactly.
How
I
true that
totally
is.
agree with that. Now, so Omar, something that my viewers here can get from this is you're all over the world, right? This is something that we can do to give back and help all over the world.
Absolutely.
Omar,
Absolutely.
what, if someone is looking at this and thinking, geez, I want to give back too, what can they do? What is the first thing they should probably do if they want to help, or even us that live in Palm Beach? What can we do to help?
Well, there's so many agencies that need volunteers. I have the best volunteers. None of us get paid. We're all volunteers. And I have the greatest volunteers. Sometimes we have 17, 18 working every Friday at different times. But it's just wonderful. Like I said, a lot of people, all you have to do is call an agency that says, I would like to volunteer, or go to the website of Feeding South Florida or the Palm Beach Food Bank or Restoration Bridge, or there's another one in, I'm trying to remember the name. I get it from the Farm Share.
Okay.
Okay, that's 4 of them, and they are pretty big agencies. They can take many, and in turn, they can refer you to different smaller agencies where they actually do the work of distributing the food.
Now tell me, are you giving anything else out besides food right now? Is there anything else? That,
Oh yeah, we give a lot of clothing, furniture when available, home goods.
So do you go pick them up from people?
Oh yeah, I pick them up. Yes,
Wow,
absolutely.
that's amazing. I love it when they pick
Yeah.
when you pick that up from me because I love to give, but I don't love to like haul. You know, I don't love to haul. So
No, we do that all the time.
As generous as they come,
Yeah.
cleaning out my closet, but I just got to have someone come pick it up. That'd be the best.
Oh, we gladly do that.
Even furniture.
Oh, yeah.
Just take it away, please.
Absolutely.
But I think there's a lot of people out there, Omar, that you can help, and I'm so grateful for you to come here today and share this message. Thank you so much. Is there anything else in closing here that you want people to know about what you offer? Help you need anything
Well, you know,
else?
we can always need help. You know, there's a place where you can donate. We have a beautiful website, brand new. And the other thing is we also help a lot of kids with during Christmas, for Christmas toys and all that. And we're trying to do tutoring and then also get school supplies.
I think
before-
tutoring is amazing. Now,
Absolutely.
what are you doing with that? Tell me about that.
Well, it's,
real
you
quick.
know, we were doing so well for a while and then COVID hit. And that messed a lot of things up.
Yeah.
A lot of kids are going back to school because they get also free lunch and snacks
Sure.
and all that, which I was willing to give because I always have a lot of food for them.
Right.
But it's, you know, I guess parents feel more comfortable the kids stay in one place.
Well, also it's a social thing, right?
Absolutely.
It's good for the kids to go to school to be social. You know, like for them to stay at home, I think they're losing something. Don't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the things that is kind of saddens me is I try to. All the kids speak English. Now the parents sometimes they don't want to learn, and that's one of the things I'm trying to teach, to start a ESOL program at Casa del Monte, because everybody says, "Oh, I wish we could learn English." I used to do that, but in the beginning, you know, we have 25, 30 people. And then slowly it will diminish. By the time
Right.
it's time to graduate, only 3 people graduate were there.
Wow.
So in a way, you know, it's kind of a waste in a way. But now I think people are beginning to understand that you have to learn English if you want to get better.
Well, you know, if you have the opportunity to, why not?
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
That's the way I
Yeah.
felt when I went to lived in Panama. I was like, well, now I'm going to take the chance to learn Spanish because in college I changed my major so I wouldn't have to continue taking Spanish, and then I ended up moving to Panama. So you know, like if you don't, life comes back at you if you don't take advantage of those opportunities it gives you. And those blessings that it gives you too, Omar. But thank you so much again for coming. And don't leave
No, I
because
won't
I
leave.
want you to stay here and hear my blog because
I
you're going to love it.
definitely will.
You have some really great information. But right now, I want to introduce you to someone who's become my friend. And this is Michelle Kaplan here. And she has a company called Love and Energy Healing. I mean, like Being Tracy. What would Being Tracy be more receptive to but a company with that name? Love and
Healing energy.
Healing energy. What I call it? Being
It's
energy?
okay.
I don't know. But anyway, I've been there like what? How many times this week?
You've been there probably 5 times.
I've been there 5 times for 2 hours a day. Okay. Let me tell you, when I started learning about this thing she's got going, but look, this is the funny thing I want you to notice. Michelle, how did we meet?
Oh my God, this is the funniest story ever. So we must have good taste in
Well, of
clothing
course. Of
because we met wearing the same dress.
Well, she was wearing my dress, and I posted pictures of the night before that I was out with this dress on. This
Yes,
dress.
this dress.
This
Here
is
we
it. It's too sexy. It's got to have a jacket on for TV. But anyway, I thought you guys might like to see it. She came in wearing something else, and she had something to do before this, and I was like, please, you've got to wear that dress. I just think it's too funny for us to show up in the same dress, but
The twins.
we're twins. We were twinning. But we wouldn't have met. We were at a Valentine's Day party on last week, and
Steve
there
Fox.
were 300 people there. Steve Fox's party. Plug for Steve Fox.
Steve Fox.
He's a matchmaker.
He'll
here
love
in-
us now.
in Palm Beach. And he had at least 300 people there. I heard maybe 400. But there's no way we would have ever noticed each other. But she was wearing my dress. I wasn't wearing the dress.
We
at
went
that
to a
time.
singles party and we picked up each other. I love it.
Yeah, that's
Better than
basically
picking-
how it goes, right?
Better than picking up a
two
guy,
heterosexual
you pick
women-
up a girlfriend.
Two heterosexual women attracted to each other. That's basically how it goes.
It works
I've kept
great.
in touch with this woman more than I kept in touch with anyone else I met there. I can assure
Exactly.
you of that. But anyway, okay, Michelle. So tell me about this. Since I've met you, which has just been a week, I've been learning about this form of therapy that you have, and it's just kept me going in there every day now. I'm like, I'm
Yes.
going in there every day. And by the way, Michelle has sponsored this show, so thank you.
Oh,
very
thank
much
you.
for that.
Thank you for that.
And so please,
So wait, I want to ask you. Okay, it's called the Energy Enhancement System. It's a vortex of energy, and it was created by Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, and she's a genius.
okay,
And she
obviously.
created this vortex of energy that recharges your cells. And
Okay.
that's our tagline: recharging your cell one cell at a time, recharging your body one cell at a time. So I want to know, since you've been coming, are you feeling a little bit? Let me hear. Let people understand. You've been there about what, maybe 7-8 hours already.
Yeah,
Does
like
your
7.5
body
hours,
feel
right?
different? Because this is recharging your cells.
So
and
this is what I'm saying. Okay,
Yeah.
so I am at a place in my life that I call Tracy 2024. 2024, which means I sleep in the morning, right? I used to get up every morning and take care of the kids or go to the gym like as early as like 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning before the kids went to school sometimes. But now, like I sleep in, I'm living alone, I'm enjoying my life so much, but I'm just taking it slower. But that's also because I just don't freaking feel like getting out of bed in the morning. I hope I can say that word on
TV.
TV.
I think
Freaking-
you're
is freaking okay.
I think I've said
They're
worse.
keeping me ruled in here, keeping me. But anyway, yeah. So, I woke up the first morning. Okay, now I have to tell you about my first session. Okay, so I went there for my first session, 2 hours, and they have the lights dim. Can we put that little video up?
Yes, so let's explain what you did. So you
Okay.
came into a vortex of energy,
Yeah.
and it actually relaxes the body, the nervous system. It calms you. It balances both sides of your brain. It makes you calm,
Yeah,
right? So
I
if
was
you
super
have
calm.
stress, if you have anxiety, people come out of there all of a sudden, they're like their anxiety's gone, their stress is gone.
I was super calm when I left.
Yeah,
there.
I've had people with major depression for years. No depression, it's gone.
And I noticed also it's good for PTSD, which I have experienced, and I shared in an earlier episode of this show. And so that's lingering, right? So I think anything that I can do to kind of just clear out, remove my
Right.
blocks.
So
you know.
there's towers of these screens, and they're emitting scalar waves, which was used by Nikola Tesla, biophotonic waves, which are part of your DNA, is photonic energy, photonic light. So it's repairing DNA, it's anti-aging.
Yes.
So guess what? You're getting younger, girl.
I'm feeling So anyway, not only the first time I went, after 2 hours there, I was feeling so good. I went to meet my friend Deanna at, where were we, Deanna? Deanna just walked in. Someone asked her. No, we were at Reno's, which I never like to go to Reno's anyway, but I went because she wanted to go there. And so we went, and I'm sitting at the bar waiting for her, and I had a seat next to me that was on the corner. And then we didn't realize there was a matchmaking event going on there that night, and she wasn't there right away. So she came in. Oh no, she didn't come in yet, but another woman came in, and the woman came over to take her seat, and I said, wait a minute. I said, I'm saving that for my friend. She's parking her car. She'll be right here. And my friends, and she said, she didn't even say anything to me. She just looked at me, frowned, and went over and picked up another chair along the wall, scooted this chair closer to me, and sat the chair right down there next to me on the other side. And I was like, that's just like, like I had like a tick. All of a sudden I had a tick. And I was like, I was about ready to like take her out. I kind of felt like I had to, verbally tell her what I thought of that incident. And then sure enough, Deanna got there, and I told Deanna what happened. Deanna's, she's a New York girl. Former husband was a policeman, right? Deanna, a Jersey girl,
another
she
Jersey
says.
girl.
And so anyway, I mean, it just like totally flipped me out. The whole thing flipped me out, and it made me upset and stressed, and it was so inconsiderate of this woman. But I was suddenly feeling out of zen. I had left her
Really?
place feeling totally in zen, and like that, the world came crashing down on me and put me out of zen. This woman scooted the chair over next to me, so now I'm crowded up against all these chairs and people.
So
and
this made you more zen.
so then what did I do the next morning? I thought I need to go back because I was in zen.
Ah.
I have to get back there and get back in zen because that got me out. So the next morning, fortunately, it worked well enough to make me so it was easy to get up in the morning. I was like, oh, I did note that. It was easier to get up in the morning.
Because you had
Usually-
more energy in your cells.
Yeah, usually, I mean, like I need to sit down, have my coffee, sit on the balcony, rest a little bit. And this week has been the first week, honestly, that I've been able to get up, get out of the house before 8
That's
o'clock.
fantastic.
And get right over there to do this stuff because I'm a very busy person. It's really
Yes.
hard to find 2 hours to sit in front of these lights, which you don't have to do 2 hours. I mean, one time I
Well-
just went in and did a half an hour, but it helps the more you do them.
It helps the more you do it because we're in a sea of radiation. Okay, so there's dirty electric, there's dirty energy, right? There's 5G, there's your cell phone, your computer. I mean, think about even the lights, fluorescent lights. Think about all the stuff that's like your cells are vibrating, right? And you're disrupting that vibration
Yeah.
with all this dirty electric and all these. So when you go into the vortex at Love and Healing Energy, you're replenishing everything.
It's amazing.
You're being plugged,
Honestly,
you're
it is
being plugged back
amazing.
into universal energy.
And you start feeling like this buzzing feeling. It's kind
Right.
of interesting. I mean, and I didn't even drink as much coffee as I normally do this week because I didn't have time because I'd just go right over to her store, to do this.
And you didn't need it.
And I really didn't need it. It was
See
really
there?
nice.
There
It
you
was actually
go.
nice. And I mean, like the first couple of days, I started feeling like I had a headache maybe from that. But
Mm-hmm.
after that, I mean, like, I don't know if it's because I just kept going in and kept doing the treatment, but I just kept feeling good and better.
Well, this is something that people can incorporate in their everyday lives. Look, everybody goes to the gym. They go to the gym and they're doing something good for their body. But what are they doing internally down to the mitochondrial level? The purest part of your body, right? To replenish your body. It's your cells. We're
Yeah.
just a big person of trillions of cells, right? And your cells are electric, so we need to regenerate those cells. So, it's just getting the word out. This is new technology. It's been around for a long time, but it's new now. And people just, this is spreading the word, spreading the mission to help people heal themselves. That's
Well,
what this
tell
is
me,
all
Michelle,
about.
how did you find this
Okay.
therapy? I mean, like, this
Yeah.
is like just something from out of the world, I'd never heard anything about it. I'm not always the first person to believe all of these, mumbo jumbo about these lights do all this and stuff. But I do have to say, I've heard enough stories now that I've been researching it a little bit that there are some amazing stories out there. So how did you find it? What situation were you
Well-
in to have you looking for this?
Right. Well, it's scientifically proven. It's quantum physics, so it works. And that's it's not really mumbo jumbo. It looks mumbo jumbo-y, kind of. It's really pretty and cool and funky looking, but really it's complete quantum physics. But I have an interesting story because, my body wasn't feeling right. And something was going on with it, and nobody could tell me what it was, right? And I'm actually writing a book about this right now. And as that happened, I was like looking for something. I'm like, something has to give because no doctor could tell me what was wrong with me.
Right.
I did like 2 MRIs, I had chest x-rays, I had blood work. Nobody could tell me what was wrong with me. So I had no choice. And then I saw a video about this exact technology and I was like, I need to go to this. I just
Right.
knew, like I knew
Right.
instinctively, I need to go to this. And so I booked 20 hours. There's a place in New Jersey that's been open for quite a while.
Because
So
there was nowhere around here she
there
could
was
go.
nothing around here. I booked 20 hours. I literally did 20 hours. Now, I didn't do it all at one time. I broke it up into like 4 or 5 days. But after those hours, all my inflammation disappeared.
That's
So
amazing.
nobody could tell me anything. I'm 6 months in, completely in pain, my entire body. I don't know what it is. So if that doesn't put you into a panic,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right? So, what do? And it just came at the right time. I saw a video. I just knew this is something that's going to help me. And lo and behold, all my inflammation like disappeared.
I know I have a lot of information that's going to help me a lot with
Yeah.
that.
And
Yeah.
that's how I was introduced to it.
Now tell me, you've told me some amazing stories, and I've heard some other stories from other believers that have done this stuff. So, I mean, like, I'm going to have a guest on next week, Alita St. John. I don't know if any of you are familiar with her, but she is an amazing spiritual healer. She was the first woman, or not the first woman, but the oldest woman to have twin babies at the age of 57. She's my guest next week. And she said to me today that she always gets, what did I text you? Like 10 hours?
Scalar waves.
That's the same waves, right?
Yes, it's the same waves.
Scalar waves.
So she must be going somewhere.
yeah,
I don't know
she's
where.
got someone she goes to. But
Yeah.
she texted me more information than that. But
But good, so it's catching on.
But I was going to
So more
ask
and more
you-
people.
Yeah. So like she's like, yeah, I do it 10 hours a week, and I usually spend the night. I sleep over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then another girl told me that Tony Robbins has some of these in his home, and
Yes.
he sleeps in the room, with
Well,
them.
that's
So
true. He
I'm like,
does have that.
If
in
it's
his
good
house.
enough for Tony Robbins, I'm thinking I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a try.
Exactly.
Might as well. What
What do you got to lose?
yeah, exactly. Now, so you called them scalar waves, and then I also heard you called them EE system, energy enhancement
Yes.
system. What other names does it go by that
Well,
other people might have heard?
the actual name is Energy Enhancement System. That's like the trademark name. And it includes those waves that we were talking about. So biophotonic waves, scalar waves. It has some Schumann resonance. It has vibrational aspects to it. It's patented. So the doctor that created it, she patented all of this amazing
Is
stuff.
she still alive?
Yes. And
Okay.
she does not look her age. I'll just
Wow,
tell you. She's
that's amazing.
70.
Well, you'll see
something.
Alita
She
St.
doesn't
John
look-
next week. She's 76, and
They
this woman
don't
looks
look it.
amazing. No,
They don't look it.
I mean, that's what this world is bringing into my life is these amazing people that live forever that are anti-aging. I'm like, do I need this? She's got the same dress on as me. I don't know, but this isn't a new dress, so that was really weird, So I told Alita today how I met Michelle, and she was like, "Oh, you're kidding me." She said, "Really?"
It's a good luck dress. We have to wear it more often. I
Yeah.
only wear it. See, the reason I even had it on was because Valentine's Day. It's like my once a year Valentine's dress. And lo and behold, I wore it the right day. I actually had something else on before and I changed. I was
Yep.
like, oh, I forgot about this dress.
Now,
So good
before
for
we
them.
close, I asked you a couple of stories of amazing miracle stories, like you told me this morning of the
Right.
one woman.
Oh, there's so many people. So I have one gentleman that is actually blind. He started coming in for about 3 months, maybe a little bit longer. He started to be able to read his cell phone. He could see, like, the clock on the wall. He's in one of my testimonials at loveandhealingenergy.com. So if you go to loveandhealingenergy.com, you'll see all kinds of testimonials, plus Instagram and Facebook. I have several women that have come in with arthritis. Their arthritis has disappeared.
Wow.
Completely disappeared. Which one did I tell you? I know I have so
Someone
many.
with cancer.
Okay, so yes, I've had a couple of people that have had issues and their numbers have all dropped. So there's some kind of numbers and testing that they do for cancer. There was some kind of blood numbers and everything dropped down. And
Today
the
I
tumor
was-
got smaller.
Today
so-
I was in her store doing it, for 2 hours. But she said, I'll be there because there's someone showing up with her dog at 8:00.
Yes.
And then I talked to the woman. She had her dog in there. Had some bone and
So,
digestive problems. and
Something wrong
things.
with the hips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, it's good for animals too.
It's good for pain. It's good for pain, right? Yeah.
Rejuvenation, staying young.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's amazing.
Cell regeneration, all these things, your eyesight. That was another thing. After I did my 20 hours, I didn't need my reading glasses anymore.
Well, that's good to
Yeah.
know. That's really good to
Yeah,
know.
it was amazing. It just
Okay.
regenerates everything.
Well, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that after this, we're going to have the blog that I was telling you about. And then I'm going to have the real estate minute that you're not going to believe. It's just amazing what's going on out there now. So please stay tuned. Listen to these messages and let me know. Message below if there's anything more that we can get for you that we didn't reach you for on this show for you today.
I'm mind blown. I can't understand it. I've been very open-minded my whole life, but I feel like this definitely blew my mind.
I really loved the show. It was really entertaining. I went with my family and we had a great time.
You're going to get blown away. I was not expecting, and I don't think I believe what I saw.
And I was like, amazing. I will come again and again and again.
He is just so incredible.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
Really incredible.
Excellent show.
I want to invite everyone for coming here.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
Like, I'm mind blown. Like, I can't understand it.
I've been very open-minded my whole life, but I feel like this definitely blew my mind.
You're going to get blown away. I was not expecting, and I don't think I believe what I saw.
He is just so incredible.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Excellent show.
Hey, welcome back to Being Tracy with your host, me, Tracy. Be a part of the show by calling 888-994-4995, Studio A. Now back to the show. Yay! I'm so glad you came back. You're not going to be sorry. All right, so now I'm going to share my blog time, which is sometimes vlog time, but this one is only 2 minutes long. And if you go to www.beingtracy.com, you can read the full thing, see the pictures I put up of the Bible passages that were referred to me in this. But it's got all the information there. And at the last studio where I was at, they told me not to read my blog, but I do spend a lot of time writing these blogs, and so I think it doesn't really give it justice. This one is only 2 minutes long. I'm gonna read it, so you can, message down below if you have any questions. If you like it when I read the blog, or if you don't, if you just give us the Cliff Notes, Tracy. We just want to hear the Cliff Notes. Okay, then I will. But anyway, this is starts out since my move to. I was going to say, since my move to Boca, I'm meeting some amazing people, okay? This was when I was in Miami, okay? I also had some amazing friends in Miami. But this, if anybody watched my first blog, which was, why did you move from Miami? You'll see what was going on. And there was a lot of stuff that I was dealing with in my mind and in my heart. And, it was as we all do, going through tough times, and how do you fight it? You either reach to God, reach to the universe, but you have to go inside yourself, right? So that's what I was working with. And I was going to church like my sister says to me, Jacqueline, she says, Tracy, it's not the people whose lives are going great that are going to church every day. She said, it's the people that know that they have things to work on. And so that's exactly the situation I was in. I was going to church every day. A lot of days a week. But anyway, so this one started yesterday. I went to church. I just found a local Catholic church where I feel good. I was baptized Catholic as a child, but I will get registered this week and start taking classes to get confirmed as a Catholic. Okay, so I've lived here in Boca a year and a half. I was in Coral Gables for 2 years, so this was right when I got there. So it was just about 4 years ago, probably. Father Joseph's message at Church of the Little Flower in Coral Gables, which is a beautiful church, for me was a very emotional one, which lately I find every Sunday message to be emotional. I can't expect the world to change if I don't change. That's something he said, which really touched me, which is exactly what this year has been about for me, getting in the best shape of my life and being of service to others. I prayed for God to guide me to serve. Father Joseph said, Jesus knows your heart is bruised. Okay, The one who is victorious in the world is the one who knows Jesus Christ, he said, drenched in the Holy Spirit. That's what he said. So then after church, I had plans to meet a friend I hadn't seen in a few months for lunch at 12:30, but I had a little bit of time, and I knew a couple of my girlfriends were meeting over at Tap 42 in Coral Gables, so I thought, I'll just run over there and see them and tell them about this great service that I just saw. And so as I'm standing there telling them about the message of the church service, the phone rang, and it was a lady talking to me in Spanish. I speak Spanish and I can understand Spanish, but Marisol Rodriguez, my girlfriend, is fluent Spanish. So it was kind of loud in the restaurant. I gave her my phone to hold and listen to this lady and see what she was calling about, because it sounded like pretty important. Nowadays I just like hang up on them or block them or, But I mean, at that moment, I just felt like this lady had something to share with me, So while she's sitting here saying this message to Marisol, Marisol's going like this. And remember, I was talking to Marisol about what I'd learned in church, the message I got, which really touched me. And Marisol starts doing this. Oh my gosh. I'm like, what is she saying to you? What is she saying? Marisol started sharing with me this woman's message, and it was that I needed to read Peter 5:7 in the Bible. And she shared with me that God knows that I'm going through a difficult time right now, but he is there for me, and I'm going to come through it. Marisol and I both could not believe this was happening. Marisol was looking at me with her mouth wide open, and I was asking her, did this woman see me crying in church? Was she at my church? Where does she live? The woman on the phone was Magnolia, and she was calling from Hialeah, about 15 minutes away, and she had randomly chosen my number, didn't have any idea who I was or who she was calling. She said sometimes she just gets a feeling and randomly calls numbers. After returning back inside to my other girlfriend, Randy, and telling her about what had just transpired with Magnolia, a discussion about the likelihood of that phone call happening at the time that it did, when I was reading my notes from church and telling my girlfriends about the meeting to me. I returned home so my friend Rick could pick me up for lunch. We ended up in Coconut Grove, but first we drove through another area of Miami. The first place we stopped, the woman who I have a picture of on my blog page, had a mask on, and her mask said, "God is good." And I shared this with the woman, what had happened to me just an hour earlier when Magnolia had called me, and her response was, "That's the way it happens. God is talking to you." So anyway, I just want to say that if you're going through anything in your life, I think it's really important, because there are messages out there, and you need to look at the people that are in front of you, look at what is happening in your life, listen to what people are saying to you. And like I did, I mean, I knew that I had to make a change. And so that's why I ended up moving to Boca. And I'm so, so happy since I'm here. And I'm meeting amazing people like Michelle and Omar and more other wonderful people like Alita St. James, who's going to be here next week. I'm so excited. So anyway, reach out, give me a message, and let me know, if there's anything more that you need to know about that, or how you feel about that. Has anything like that ever happened to you? Has anything like that ever happened to you, Michelle?
I feel like what I went through, I had no choice but to go outside of my body, which was, in pain.
Right.
And ask a higher power to come in and help me. And that's part of what my whole, book that I'm writing right now is that, like, getting out of pain, seeking other modalities and ways to get out of pain. Meditation is big.
Right.
And Dr. Joe Dispenza, if no one knows who he is, he's an amazing person.
He's amazing,
an amazing
yeah.
resource if you want to find out more about what we're talking about. Because we're bodies of light. We're energy bodies of light. We're not all physical, as you see. Everything is a vibration. That's why, the system and the technology that I have works the way it does, because it's talking to your body. And that's the other thing I wanted to mention is the technology doesn't heal you. You are the healer.
Right.
You are your own healer. You're picking up the energy from the room.
Right.
And you're balancing innately, because the body was made to heal itself. That's super important to
Yeah.
to understand. So when you understand that part, you can heal any part of yourself, because all you need is to tap into that innate wisdom of the body. And especially what you're talking about with God, right? So, I did a lot of prayer when I wasn't feeling well. I did a lot of meditation. I asked. It was ask and receive universe.
Ask and ye shall receive.
Asked for
You have to ask.
healing. I asked for healing. Like somebody was going to heal me that was up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Come on now. Bring it
Yeah.
down. Bring it down. It was a lot of that. And that's, I think anything can heal if you can get to that state. If you can figure out, what it is that needs to heal. And if you don't know what it is, then you surrender to it. And when you surrender to it, it's going to come to you. The answer is going to come to you. You just have to get to that place. You really have to believe it. You have to believe it with your whole heart. And that's honestly, I believed I was going to be better. Like this, whatever this was, it was not going to stay there.
I believe in visualization as well, and in manifesting. I've talked to you about recently. And my sister said to me, and I told you this on another podcast earlier, but don't take credit for it, Tracy. You can't take credit for manifesting it yourself, because you know what? It's coming from God. It's all coming from God. All God's good. And so you have to make sure you always give credit to God. And Omar, what would you say? Has anything like that ever happened to you?
A lot of miracles happen to me all the time.
Can you give us an example of one? That may have happened?
One, I had a terrible accident in about 24 years ago. I was a heavy alcoholic and drug addict. I OD'd in cocaine. That's very unusual. I don't know many people that had OD'd on that, but
Really?
I was at 48 hours. And then
Doesn't
my
sound
wife,
like
my heart stopped, and my wife somehow was able to call the ambulance.
Oh my gosh.
And after that, I tried to get away from cocaine. It was very, very tough. But anyway,
Really?
this particular night, it was Holy Saturday, 24 years ago. And the manager asked me to go out because he was getting married the next day. So I said, okay, I'll go. So I went there. I didn't have any cocaine for me. And I started drinking because I know a lot of people. So I said, I can get whatever I need to make it home. I started drinking tequila. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't find anything to make it home. So they closed about 3 o'clock, I believe, and then I went home. And I had a terrible accident on River Road. It was a very solitary road, and I hit a guardrail, and I hit my head against the windshield, a brand new SUV.
Wow.
So anyway, I remember only one thing. I remember the police or the firemen taking me out and making me sit on a rock while I guess everybody else, the ambulance came or whatever. But anyway, I woke up in the hospital. I was completely nuts.
Nuts?
My wife tells me I was talking gibberish, and I had a concussion.
How long ago was this?
That was 24 years ago. And everybody says you should be dead. The police says, I don't know what he's doing, still alive. But anyway, it happened, and ever since, but anyway, about that experience, the day after, I believe I saw a vision or a dream. I've been a Christian since I was 6 years old. And anyway, it's like Jesus Christ holding me by the hand, telling me, you're mine now. And then all of a sudden, it took me about 5 weeks to get off from the concussion. I couldn't walk. I couldn't go upstairs. It was just tremendous pain.
Wow.
But anyway, after that, all of a sudden, I started reading the Bible and devouring everything, and I didn't do any more coke. It just...
You haven't done it anymore?
I haven't done it. And then
That's good, because I hear now it's like laced with all this kind of stuff.
Well, not only
really
that, but it's very hard to get rid of anything you're addicted to. It's very hard.
Sure.
Okay, and cocaine is not physical, but it's mental.
Yeah.
And also, I was very heavy.
I like
alcoholic.
Excedrin. I know what you're talking about. I like Excedrin every day.
And anyway,
I know that's not
to
the
tell you
best.
how bad it was, my alcohol level was 0.39.
I'm taking less Excedrin since I've been going there
Yes,
this
no
week.
more
though, I gotta
Excedrin.
say. Do you have to say that?
We're going to get rid of it.
When you have an alcohol 0.39, that's 4 for 5 is, like, if I'm not mistaken, it's death, alcoholic death.
Yeah.
So somehow I made it. And
Wow,
ever
thank
since, he
goodness.
took everything away from me, and immediately the cocaine left. Probably when I woke up, I was not doing any more. And about 2 years later, alcohol and tobacco and everything else it just went away.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't suffer anything, but God also showed me how much grace He poured over me, because my poor wife, I had to pray 6 years for her to be delivered from alcohol. And I tell you,
Wow.
that was living with the enemy. But it was, but now she's 18 years sober, and she and I help a lot of people with substance abuse or anything. As a master's, I have a master's in counseling, so I help people any way I can.
That's
and
wonderful.
I do it for free.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
Well, as long as you can afford to do it for free.
Oh, I can, yeah. Like I said, I have
That's
everything.
all I worry about, Omar. Like it's coming. I don't want that supply to run out that you're getting. I like it. Keep it coming in. Keep it coming in.
Oh, it's He that keeps it coming in. God keeps it coming in.
You're damn
not me.
right. Yeah. I hope I can say.
It's all Him.
Hope I can say damn on TV. I don't know.
as long as God doesn't mind, you're okay.
Okay. Well, I think that was a great segment. I don't know about you, but we're just sharing from our hearts how we feel and how God has been instrumental in our lives.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I'm in the right place here in Boca, and I'm just so amazed at all these wonderful people that are coming into my life and wonderful experiences, and I'm feeling whole, which is, you can't ask for anything more
that's
than that.
beautiful.
Okay, so
That's
now
beautiful.
we're going to share the real estate minute. I don't know if do I have something? I was like, I don't know if I have anything, any graphic or anything like that. There it is. It looks pretty cute.
That's a cute dress.
It's a
That's
cute
a
graphic.
cute dress too. And the
Thank you.
boots.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Okay, so this is the Real Estate Minute brought to you by Freddie Mac this week. Okay, January 22nd, 2024. They wrote an article, Economic, Housing, and Mortgage Market Outlook for January 2024. Okay, the bullet points that I'm going to share with you are 3. While the economy continues to expand and added 2.7 million jobs in 2023, signs point to a normalization in the labor market as job growth is expected to moderate in 2024. Yay, that's amazing. And another one, bullet point 2. While mortgage rates have moved sideways since mid-December, housing continues to be impacted by higher mortgage rates, and total home sales are on track to be the lowest since 2012. So that's really another good thing. And then the third good thing, facing higher borrowing costs, borrowers are paying more for discount points to buy down their mortgage rate, but they may not be getting the benefit. Well, that's not really a good thing, is it? I guess. But 2 out of 3 ain't bad. two good things and one not so good thing. But anyway, so I mean, I just want to. Is there anything else you guys want to share, like about how?
I would like to give you a gift.
Oh, what?
I have a charged bracelet from the EE system, Love and Healing Energy in Delray Beach.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't give my address, so it's Atlantic and Congress, okay, in Delray
Thank you.
Beach.
I love it.
And this is charged, so now we can be twins again.
Oh my gosh, we're still twins.
Look, we're still
Should
twins.
we take our jackets off? Let everybody see what the dress
Super
looks like underneath.
twins.
Take our jackets off. This is what you got going on under here, guys.
Same patterns.
This is it, babe. So would this attract you at a party to the other woman? Like, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like looking in the mirror. Ta-da! But anyway, I just want to thank you so much. I'm so glad
Thank
that
you
you're
for
my
having
friends.
me.
It's
Yes.
amazing. And I want to make sure that I tell you to, if you want to find someone to help you with your real estate, reach your real estate goals, reach out to me if you don't already have a realtor. If you have a realtor, that's the best person to be helping you, because the realtors are trained on how to negotiate the price for you, how to get you the best price in the market, how to find you the best property. Okay. But if you don't have a realtor you're already working with, please reach out to me. I do have a great, amazing team with Keller Williams Worldwide. And I meet people at all these wonderful Keller Williams family events I go to, where they are just amazing and they can help you in the area you're in. So just let me know where you are if you're interested in commercial or residential real estate. You can call my number that was up on the screen. I don't know if it ever got up on the screen, but there it is. There it is.
Awesome.
So anyway, call that number, and if you don't have someone to work with, just leave me a message with Javi. That'll probably answer the phone, and let her know she's waiting for your call right now. How we can help you. I want to really help you. And also right now, We are reaching amazing amounts of people, and this page on this channel on YouTube is growing so much every day. And I just want to thank you all so much for your support. It's amazing. And I mean, I would love to share your message more if any of you want to sponsor an episode, advertise for an episode, anything. And also, but the best, most easy thing you can do is just give it a little like there on YouTube or Spotify, wherever you saw this. Or my Facebook page, I'll bring it up to YouTube too. And also just write in the post, what is it you like? I want to hear from you. I want to hear what would you like? What do you want to hear more of? Also, please share it with someone if you think there's someone that could benefit from our message here today.
I have a Valentine's special.
Oh, you do? Tell us about it.
I do. So if anybody's interested in trying the EE system.
Okay.
Okay.
This sounds amazing so far.
Well, it's our anniversary special and Valentine's special, the 14th and 15th. You can come. It's usually $60, but it's going to be $20. So just message Tracy, message me.
Yes.
Come the 14th and the 15th.
Did your number ever get up on the?
I don't think so. Hopefully it's in the notes somewhere.
It'll be in the notes. It'll be in the notes on
So,
YouTube for sure and on Spotify.
Absolutely reach out and take advantage of our anniversary. We've been in business a year, so it's a lot of people that have healed themselves in a year.
That
and
is a lot of
we want to share
people.
the love.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and make sure you subscribe to my channel wherever you saw this. We'd love to reach you guys, and we love sharing with you. And have a great weekend and an amazing year. This is a new year. Bye bye. Woo! Thank you for watching Being Tracy with me, Tracy. If you want to be a guest on the show, please contact 888-994-4995 Studio A or email me at beingtracy21@gmail.com. Boy, I'm so excited to hear from you. So I hope you're having a great day, and I hope tomorrow's even better for you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.